Dancing is something that has always been prevalent in Hispanic communities. I remember hating parties while growing up because I found them boring, but it turns out I found them boring because I couldn't join in and participate in dancing and have fun like others around me. So this inspired me to learn how to start dancing, and today I'm going to show you how to dance a style of Latin American dance called cumbia. I have been dancing for 5 years, not only just cumbia, but other popular and regional dances from Mexico and Latin America. It's always fun to learn a new dance, so I hope y'all pay attention. I will be covering how to identify cumbia songs, different styles of cumbia, the basics of the dance, and just simple ways to flourish your dancing. So let's get started by learning how to identify cumbia. So every Latin America genre has its own unique sound. For cumbia, it's a sound similar to maracas, made with guache, which is an instrument that kind of looks like a cheese grater. And if you were just to get a stick and just just start scratching the cheese grater, and it makes a sound. And here I'll give you a clip so y'all understand the sound better. That percussion beat is typical of every cumbia song, and you will always hear it, especially that gallop rhythm. It's very consistent throughout all cumbia songs. And so cumbia is one of the most well-known genres throughout Latin America. Each country has made its own variation on the Colombian dance and music. In Mexico alone, there are at least 3 different ways to dance cumbia. In northern Mexico, you dance cumbia very closely with your partner, and you hold them kind of like you're holding them for a ballroom dance. You would hold them like this if you're the lead, or you would hold them like this if you were holding like this if you were the lead, and you would hold them like this if you were the one being led. It's like very closely, and then you do kind of a shuffle, kind of from side to side, and you just turn while doing it, and it's very simple. And it's called cumbia norteña, which translates to northern cumbia. And huepa is most popular version of way to dance cumbia, especially among young teenagers, because it's very easy. You're basically just jumping from one leg to another. And it may seem very easy, but it's also very tiring. And another well-known version of how to dance cumbia is called cumbia sonidera. This version of dancing is considered to be the hardest because there are many turns and many ways you can flourish your dancing. So lately there's been a resurgence of this type of dance because of social media platforms like TikTok, where young people are trying to learn this type of dance more instead of just typical huepa. So now I will show you all the basic steps of how to dance cumbia sonidera. So cumbia can be danced in 2 ways. You have the 2-step where you're just basically stepping 2 times to the right and 2 times to the left, and it's just that. It's very simple. You just gotta make sure that you're not stiff and that you have your knees slightly bent, and just keep bouncing from side to side. And another way to dance it instead of the basic 2-step is you would pull your left foot, step out, and then kick with your right foot, and then bring your right foot back, and then bring your left foot over your right foot, and bring your right foot beside your left foot. And you just repeat that for the other side. You kick with your left foot, bring it back, step over with your right, and bring your left foot beside it. So you would just constantly be in that motion. But again, to avoid being stiff, just have your knees bent and just keep bouncing. And so once you have the basic steps down, you can start learning turns. One of the easiest turns is done while doing the two-step. It's just in two motions. You can, you just, instead of going from side to side, you bring your foot backwards, and then you bring your other foot again beside your foot. So it would be very easy, and if you're doing the step that you just learned, you do it while you kick, because it will give you the momentum to turn and step. And it's the same thing with doing full turns, like you would do kick and then just do a full turn. And it's very simple. If you have a partner, if you're dancing with a partner, typically they will turn you with one hand up here to do a full 360 turn. However, if they turn you with their hand low, they will twist your arm like this, and it will be a half turn. So you can typically know which types of turns depending on what your partner decides. I know if they turn you with two hands, in whatever way, it's usually going to be a half turn. And when dancing with a partner, you always do half turns 3 times. Usually not less and not more than 3 times. Always 3 times. Another way to turn, it's actually a combination of moves. This is my favorite way. This is my favorite turn when dancing cumbia. It's very fun, and basically the partner who's leading will turn you with their left hand outwards so that you're moving away from them outwards, and then they'll place your hand on their shoulder, and the partner will extend their hand, and you will just run your hand throughout their shoulders and down their arm to grab them, and then they will do another turn, another spin. And that's one of the fun ways. However, if you are dancing alone without a partner, people typically tend to integrate wepa, or just the two-step while dancing. So they would just be bouncing. And again, wepa's just jumping from one foot to another. So you would jump with your foot back, and then you would kick it forward, and then bring that foot back, and bring both of your feet back. So you would jump again, and then one last time kick it again. So you would just be in that constant jumping. And it can be very tiring. But now you'll know some of the ways to flourish while dancing, whether with a partner or by yourself. I'm going to close out my speech by saying to just have fun with it. And dancing isn't strict and rigid, it isn't meant to be. You just got to follow the music. And today I showed you how to dance cumbia with some basic flourishes and variations. We also learned how to differentiate cumbia music versus other Latin music. So the next time you're at a Latino party, you won't be stuck to the chair and you can have fun.